On this episode of Designing Spaces, from unique landscaping solutions to energy savings and money savings, you'll be able to buy a house and make the best improvements, plus a whole lot more. When it comes to landscaping, State Groundskeeping can create one-of-a-kind solutions for any home. A new roof and brand new siding from K&B Remodeling can take your home's exterior to the next level. By using geothermal energy, Dandelion Energy can not only save you money, but can also help you save the environment. Bespoke pieces with unique designer flair is what you'll get with Worthington Associates. Whether you're buying or selling a home, high-quality mortgage can help pair you with the best lenders and the best rate. Your outdoor space is the perfect place for friends and family to spend time together, and there's never been a better time to make those outdoor home improvements you've always wanted.
The sky's the limit on what we can do outside. A lot of the things that we try to focus on are creating permanent spaces for people, especially with everything that's going on in the world right now. A lot of people are staying home more. We like to see them have a space that family can gather, the people that you are closest to, essentially. So we focus on patios, outdoor kitchens, fire pits, fireplaces.
State Groundskeeping has an experienced team that can design and install any outdoor oasis.
State Groundskeeping was founded in 1987. The gentleman who started it actually started it as a lawn care company. As time went on, he started progressing into different aspects, plantings, some small patios and walkways, things like that. In 2015, I was brought on board basically as the general manager of the company. And in 2017, I took over full operations. Now I've been running the company for almost 5 years now, and we're continuing to expand into different areas.
Listening to the customer would be chief in how we come up with a design. Colors and textures, what is your personal style or the style of the household? So we can, marry that in a way that works for everyone.
Customer service is number one. We wouldn't be here and we wouldn't be doing what we're doing without them. I think one of the big differences is the amount and type of customer service. When you meet people, they're in an awkward atmosphere, they're going to be spending money, so you try to put them at ease and just let them know that they're working with one of the best companies. Our references speak for ourselves, our website is beautiful, and we're the up-and-comers. Everybody needs to kind of watch out a little bit.
It's all about custom, durable solutions.
This project in particular that we're at today has a stone that we imported from Croatia. This entire thing is a permeable system. So we have the Croatian limestone squares, which act as the foundation of all of it, but then we actually used an artificial turf to offset it, but the artificial turf is permeable so that the water can flow through it. And then the entire subsystem of the patio is designed to re-infiltrate the water into the soil. We try to work as much with the client as possible, but that's not just all what the company is really about. The company as a whole is about the people who work in the company. We try to make sure that the people here are comfortable with what they're doing, they understand the job that is being asked of them, and that they're happy working here.
We are experts at what we do. We go home and we garden. We truly love what we do. It isn't just work for us. So I think that really shows in both our designs and our relationships with the customers.
For more information, visit their website, gardenstategroundskeeping.com, or watch this segment again at designingspaces.tv. The outside of your home is just as important as the inside. Siding, roofing, and even your windows provide curb appeal, safety, and comfort. We found a team of professionals who are more than just your typical contractors.
Most of the companies today are actually sales organizations rather than real contractors. So they come to your house, they give you a price, they have a preset pricing on certain list of materials or stuff that they will install in your house. Then they don't really address the needs of the house. They know more about the materials than the installation itself, or what materials perform best, or what product will fit your needs best. With us, it's a little bit different because K&B, I'm from the installation part of the business. I've done construction many years. When I approach a customer or a house, I do a walk around, I look and assess the situation on the house. I will bring up some, problems that sometimes the house have, or things that have not been done to code, so I will, address those issues. Also look at the overall picture, what the customer is trying to achieve, and what will be the best way to approach it.
Technology is ever-changing, and K&B Home Remodelers is using the new advances to help their customers.
Most of the process is online. I come the first day to the project, assess the scope of work, but then the next meetings are done online. So it's virtual meetings where we explain from beginning to end the process. We show the options, and then we go into the design aspect of the house.
K&B offered what I thought to be the best services, and Horatio and I got along very well. And it just went from there. They have a great visualization tool, which made it easy for me to explain to him what I wanted and to show my family and my wife what we were doing. And everything worked out really well. The biggest thing really is Horatio and his crew. They're all great people. They work hard. They do a nice job. As you can see, they're very professional. They work very quickly. This project is probably only going to take another week or two, and it'll be just about done, which is very fast. They've been here, they got here. Outside of the weather driving them away, they've been here full time. And they work a good long day, and so they're making great progress.
While you have to trust your contractor with the work, you also have to trust the materials they use.
I only use the products that I have used and trust, and I know perform well. They never give me problems. As long as you install it according to manufacturer specifications and codes. Every product, or most of the products, are designed to last for the time that they are designed for.
If you're ready for new siding to bring your home to life, or for a new roof to protect your asset, K&B Home Remodelers is there to help. For more information, visit their website, kbhomesnj.com, or watch this segment again at designingspaces.tv. Keeping your home cool in the summer and warm in the winter can be expensive. Does your house use oil, electric, or maybe even natural gas? Well, there's a new option in town, Geothermal Energy.
So geothermal heat pumps sound very complicated and mysterious to a lot of people, but the reality is they're very simple devices. They're a refrigerant-based system that works just like any other. The air conditioner in your home, the refrigerator that you use every day, they work in the exact same way. Now, in the case of a geothermal heat pump, the reason that we are naturally so much more efficient than air source equipment is because of the fact that we exchange energy with soil rather than trying to exchange with the air. With a propane or oil-fired system, obviously the way that you heat your home is you burn fuel to create heat in your home. So as it gets colder and colder outside, you need to burn more and more fuel, which means after a certain point your tank gets empty, you need to call the fuel guy and have another delivery, right? And when you do that, you're always subject to scheduling and availability. Hopefully they can get out to your home when you run out of fuel. The other thing that you have to worry about is fuel prices, right? Because they tend to be more volatile. Your next oil delivery could be a whole lot more expensive than the previous one.
Dandelion Energy has been bringing this new technology to homes across New York and Connecticut, with expansion plans throughout the Northeast.
We install geothermal systems in 3 phases. In our approach to installation, we always start from the outside and work our way into the building. We start with the heavy drilling equipment outside, and we drill the wells. Once the wells are drilled and the piping's installed, then we come in the second phase with trenching equipment and basically dig a trench between the wells, if there's more than one of them in the yard, and then from the wells up to the house. And we connect everything together, bring it up to the house, and all of that's done below ground. And then once those first two phases are done, then we're ready to decommission your old system, put the new heat pump in its place, connect it to the ground loop, and then make all of the other electrical and ductwork connections that it takes to operate the system. All of the Dandelion heat pumps have Wi-Fi monitoring on board. We've built our own customer portal where as your heat pump runs, we continuously collect data from the unit. We know how much electricity it consumes. We know all the important parameters about how it's working. So refrigerant temperatures and pressures, ground loop flows and temperatures, airflow. So we can really watch the unit remotely and we automatically get diagnostic information about the unit, the health of the unit as a result.
And the best part of geothermal energy? It's better for the environment. That means a greener, more efficient home.
So we don't need to rely on delivered fuels like oil or propane or natural gas, and we don't need to burn those things to produce heat. We simply use electricity to operate the heat pump. Because the system runs entirely on electricity, you can pair it with rooftop solar, completely get away from the grid, get your electricity from renewable means, which is going to be the most environmentally friendly approach possible.
It's time to save money and save the environment with a geothermal system from Dandelion Energy. Visit their website, dandelionenergy.com, or watch this segment again at designingspaces.tv. You've bought a new luxury apartment, or maybe a big, beautiful home. Now it's time to decorate. Hiring a reputable interior designer is the best way to turn your new place into your new unique sanctuary.
I think when you're looking to engage an interior designer, you should really look at them like a life partner. They should be passionate, they should be thoughtful, and really interested in hearing your input.
Brian Worthington is a world-renowned designer. He's been creating custom luxury homes for decades. With his commitment to detail and understated refinement, Brian Worthington gives clients unique, one-of-a-kind homes.
I sort of started looking at opening my own design studio when a client of mine in South Kensington had an afternoon tea for me, and she introduced me to some of her friends in New York. And they had said to me, "We just love what you've done here." And I said, "Oh, thank you so much." And they said, "If you ever come to New York, we would love to talk to you about our home." And ironically, I had just resigned and I was planning to move to New York. I've been really privileged in actually designing, spaces around the world. I've worked, of course, in England. I've worked on the continental Europe and also in America. My three main areas would be Manhattan, Long Island, and of course, Palm Beach. I think because we never willing to reproduce a project, versatility, really becomes key. So if we're asked to, assist in the most beautiful 18th century country house or a really contemporary apartment in Manhattan, we are able to do this.
A lot of our inspiration stems from artwork. So we've in the past curated some art collections that in turn have inspired the interiors that we've designed. We also look at the exterior architecture and the landscape when we're designing our interiors to make sure it's a cohesive, seamless design from exterior to interior.
By using custom pieces, each Brian Worthington and Associates design is unique to their client.
This is an existing client, this particular project, and I've been working in Palm Beach for over 12 years, and I thought, yeah, let's make sure that we do a gentle nod to Palm Beach, but let's make it much more contemporary. Typically, the colors, I think, are controlled by the environment. When I was doing a project in the south of France, and I was walking in the garden, and I wasn't quite sure what color to paint those shutters on that house, and I picked a leaf, and I turned the leaf over, and it was this dreamiest green. And I thought, that is the color that I'm going to reproduce for the shutters.
If you're looking to design and furnish a new luxury apartment and you've got a quick timeline, consider a new turnkey package from Brian Worthington and Associates.
We are working on launching a new concept. It's a turnkey design concept where we have 4 diamond packages that our clients can choose from to see which best fits their design needs. And we can do anything from an apartment to a home, anywhere from the mountains to a beach house. And the best part about it is no matter what package you choose, you'll be receiving either an antique, a vintage, or a commissioned piece of either furniture or art, whatever will fit for that package that we're designing for you. do. We make sure everything shows up on time, is beautifully staged and ready to go, so that at the end, the client just needs to turn the key, bring their clothing in, and they enter their beautiful new dream home. And they'll be ready to show it off to all their friends.
If you'd like more information about how you can transform the interior of your new home purchase, visit bworthington.com or designingspaces.tv. FHA loans, fixed versus variable rates, down payments, closing costs. When you're buying a new home, you're thrown into a world with lots of different terms, and you're left with lots of different questions.
So the big stigma attached to buying a home is a lot of times clients will call us very concerned or worried that perhaps their application's not going to get approved. A lot of times they've had bad experiences with maybe the bigger lenders that have promised things that they weren't able to accomplish.
Buying a home should be the happiest moment of a person's life. We want you to worry about what paint colors you're going to paint the walls and how you're going to furnish the house, as opposed to the intricacies of your transaction. And that's where we come in.
In 2015, John Fornino and Matt DeBrino joined forces to open High Quality Mortgage, a New Jersey-based mortgage company that makes the home buying process as easy as 1, 2, 3.
We're big believers that the more involved our consumer is in with the transaction, that the less stressful it's going to be for them. With the bank, you got banker's hours, 9 to 5. They're not working on a Saturday or a Sunday. So if you have a question pre-work hours or post-work hours, you're left with that uncertainty until you could get someone on the phone, and sometimes you're not even getting the same individual on the phone. As brokers, we have over 100 different lending partners that have products for each individual and each circumstance. One of our mottos here at HQM Loans is we don't have problems, only solutions, and we leave no stone unturned in finding those solutions for our clients.
Over-educating our consumers is something that we just feel the need to do. It has to be done for the consumer because a lot of times they don't know that there are different programs. Accessibility is extremely important. We thrive on letting our clients know that we are here for them 24/7. This business is very competitive at the moment, so you need to make sure that you're working with a lender that does respond extremely fast. You may need a pre-approval on a Sunday morning at 8 o'clock to be that first offer, and that's what we provide for you.
Whether you're buying a starter home or large home for a couple generations, the home is supposed to be a safe space for your loved ones. So wouldn't you want a company who values the importance of family?
Clients come to us because they've either worked with us before or they have family or friends that have worked with us. We also work with amazing realtor partners who trust in us to do the right thing for their clients and also make sure that the transaction closes for both the buyer and the seller. Trust is so important, and obviously you're making probably the biggest purchase of your life. You want to treat the consumers as you would treat, your own family member.
Everything at HQM Loans is based on family, and that's what we're all about.
Trust your next home purchase to the experts at High Quality Mortgage. For more information, visit their website, hqmloans.com, or see this segment again at designingspaces.tv. What started in a garage in 1984 is now a top building restoration company in the Northeast. With skilled mechanics, Apple Restoration can handle any size project, from small residential restorations to large train terminals.
Apple Restoration started in 1984 with my mother and father. My father went from working in the field to actually running the company. And I came into the business 30 years ago as a teenager.
We're a construction company that specializes in landmark restoration. We basically prefer working on the buildings that are older than newer. Anything of artistic value, such as carved stonework, carved woodwork, and ornamental sheet metal, such as your beautiful copper cornices that you see quite often in Manhattan and throughout the 5 boroughs of New York. Since we deal with a lot of natural products, you can imagine a brownstone building or a limestone building from the top to bottom is naturally different colors, just the stone itself. So trying to find patching materials and repair materials that will accommodate all the different colors that go on throughout a building can be challenging in itself.
To preserve the future, we must restore the past, and that's what they do best at Apple Restoration.
Restoration would be replacing the failed materials on the building with newer materials that have been resourced or made to match the original material. That would be your restoration. Preservation would be to try to take the old material, preserve it, fix it, not replace it, and put it back in the building, stabilize it, and make it look, the way it did 100 years ago.
If you're restoring something, you're trying to bring it back to where it was. Preserving something is fixing what is damaged on the buildings. We do swing stage scaffolding. We also do pipe scaffolding, system scaffolding, so we can access the work that needs to be done on the facades.
Now, cleaning is always a challenge in itself. Is what's everybody's definition of cleaning. Some people would love their buildings to look brand new. Others would like to keep the patina on the building and let the building look 100 years old, but get the dirt and grime off of it. How do you clean a building without destroying it? That's a challenge in itself right there, not being so aggressive. Some of the approaches that we would use in cleaning would be to start with the most gentlest method possible and then work our way up from there.
We are always looking for new ways to restore or preserve the buildings. As far as cleaning, we are starting to use lasers to clean them, is one of the new technologies. It's quite expensive at this point to use it, but it does very little damage, if any damage at all, to the facades. It's important to start looking for these new technologies so we can preserve our heritage. Every 4 years, all of our guys have to be recertified. We send our guys to different classes and seminars to be educated on the newer processes of what's going on in the industry.
Their trained mechanics can do anything from repairing masonry to restoring limestone. With some large projects coming up like the Hoboken Terminal, Apple Restoration can put their skills to the test to restore the tri-state area.
Currently, we're working on the Hoboken Terminal in New Jersey. It's a copper facade project. The challenges on that one was there wasn't much fabric left, so the small pieces that we were able to salvage from the building were sent to a shop that we've worked closely with over the years. They're doing what they call a micro fine bead blasting on the copper just to remove the grime and the dirt but not damage the copper. Replace the missing pieces with new copper to match the old. And we're going to be probably actually doing the installations next week. We're starting on that.
Somebody should choose Apple Restoration over our competitors because we take the time and the effort to learn about the buildings and what's actually happening to each specific building. We don't just go by what is told to us. We actually do our own research into what the building needs prior to us coming up with a proposal for the client to preserve their building.
If you're looking to preserve the facade of an apartment building or restore carved stonework, it's time to call Apple Restoration. Visit their website, applerestoration.com, or watch this segment again at designingspaces.tv.
My name is Jeff Klein. These are my daughters, Skyla and Reese. Today, we're working on a really cool project to surprise Mom. I've been promising my wife to put a deck in the backyard for the longest time. The girls are gonna take Mom to the spa. They're gonna have an awesome day being pampered. And when they get home, Mom's gonna be in for a real treat. Tyler, how you doing?
Good, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
Tyler from Knotwood stopped by to help Jeff with this surprise for his wife.
Being from the Northeast, we love the wood look, but wood's a concern.
Yeah, especially in the Southeast, you're gonna have to deal with the moisture, the rotting, the mildew, and then also the termites. Originally, Jeff wanted a wood deck. We actually convinced him against it because of the weather, the Southeast with the humidity and the bugs. The maintenance on it would have just been astronomical. What we're gonna do today for you is we're gonna install Knotwood, and what Knotwood, it's gonna alleviate all those concerns.
Knotwood is an aluminum product that gives you the look and feel of wood without the limitations of wood.
With the aluminum, you don't have to worry about the rust, don't have to worry about heat. Basically, it takes all the worries away with the deck. We've already set the framing out for it. We're gonna install the Knotwood, and then you'll have a deck for years to come without all the maintenance.
When my wife gets home from the spa today, I'm just curious to see how long it takes her to realize it's not wood.
So we're gonna actually show Jeff how to use some tools that he hasn't used before and actually install the deck. It's really straightforward, really easy, and we'll get started.
Hey, what's up, Tyler?
I'm glad you could finally join us.
Yeah, I would have been here sooner, but I had to put my belt on.
That's nice.
My wife has actually accused me of not being very handy. So I usually call somebody to do all the work for me, but I want to be the guy. I want to learn how to help you put this deck together.
We can put you to work. It's pretty straightforward, pretty easy. So what we could do is you help me grab that side of the board, and what we're going to do is we're going to feed this end loop here into the previous one, and then okay, and then we just lay it on down, slide it again so it's flush. Knotwood's so easy to install that I'm pretty sure Jeff can do it himself. Now what we'll do is we'll go ahead and start screwing this in.
What do you think?
Good. Now, only 8,000 more to go.
Oh, you want me to do all of them now? I see how this is going to work. Man, I am working like a dog. My wife better appreciate this.
Wow, this deck's looking really nice. It's coming together. What are you thinking so far?
I think it's looking great.
Yeah, you want to help me finish it up?
I'd love to.
Yeah, pump the brakes. We got to figure out how to cut this up, and then we'll get the rest put in here. Let me show you how it's done.
All right, sounds good.
All right, so what we're going to do is we're just going to cut some of these last boards. So let me give you your safety goggles here.
All right.
We've already measured this, but we just want to cut this little end piece off here.
Okay.
And then what you're going to do, you're going to push this button in here on the side, pull out, engage the trigger, and then cut away. Just let the blade do the work.
All right, so let's see.
Perfect, just like that, and that's how you cut knotwood. So we'll
That's pretty easy.
We'll take this over and we'll install this piece.
All right.
Along with the deck, Jeff is also installing a privacy wall using another color of knotwood.
Wow, Jeff, this is looking fantastic.
I think the Quilla gives a great contrast to the driftwood.
The nice thing too, knotwood comes in over 30 different types of wood grain effects, so we have different patterns, different colors, anything that you really want to match the needs that you have. And as you can see here, you can mix, you can match. We have a bunch of different shapes, a bunch of different sizes, so basically if you can think it, you can make it.
Let's get back to it and just keep
let's
putting
get to
these
work.
planks
The girls called Jeff to let him know that Mom will be home in 10 minutes.
10 minutes. We got to get this place cleaned up so we could surprise her.
All right,
Can we do it?
Let's go, guys.
All right,
Babe, we're home.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Come on outside. I got steaks on the grill. Let's eat.
Oh, what did you do while I was gone at the spa?
How are you guys? What's up, guys?
My God, what is this?
While you guys were at the spa, I've been working hard with my friend Tyler from Knotwood.
You've been working hard, or Tyler?
How are you doing?
We've both been working hard.
Yeah, you have to check this out.
You better forward that to me, because I definitely
It's hard to believe, I know.
Yeah.
Good job, honey.
Honey, I really can't believe it's not wood.
I know, right? It's amazing.
For more information on anything you've seen on today's show, or to be a part of the show, go to our website, designingspaces.tv.